Hello, hi guys, my name is Sarvansh and thank you for watching my the other video about Intune tutorial. So today we are going to learn about the compliance policy available in Intune console, how we can create the compliance policy, how we can deploy it and what type of compliance policy we can create in our Intune console. So once you log in your Intune console, you can go to the devices. Under the devices, you have the option for the policies here. So you can click here, and once you click here you will be getting like this screen and you can create from here. But before starting this to creating a compliance policy, let us understand what is compliance. So compliance word is like something where we create a certain rules or the checks. If it is matching with that, then it will be a compliance. If it is not matching with that, that means is it won't be a compliance. So that's how the compliance policy works. Suppose I create a policy like if the my device version or the Windows version is matching with the 1809 or 1709. If it is matching with that, that means is it will be a compliance. If it is not like a 1709 version, if it is a other version, then it's a non-compliance for me. So compliance word is usually used to where our certain parameters or what we need to checks, our checks is matching with the available things, is that means is a compliance. If it is not, then it will be a non-compliance. Okay, now so we'll see what are the things we can do with the compliance and what type of the policy we can create under the compliance policy. So before going to start this, let us go first with the notification. So notification is like when your device is under non-compliance, then what are the action you are going to take on that. The like a user will get a notification your device is non-compliance, or it is like a you want to retire that machine. So let us create a notification first because that is going to used inside the policy. So now here, go here, and it's like a enter the email header including company logo, email footer including the company name, and the email footer including the content information. So these are the things we will be including in our email body, so which email user is going to receive. If you want to include the company portal website link, so you can click yes, enable it. If you don't want to include the company portal, you can leave as a disabled. So let me go here now and just named it anything whatever you want. So I can say like a Windows, or I can say Windows notification, Windows uh, notification. I can type NOTIFI, Windows notification. Go to the next, and here is like a email body. What the content will be there inside the email body. So let us select the language here first, English, and the subject line, it's like a non-compliance, non-compliance. And here you can type like your device as your device is not compliance compliance, please connect with the US team. You can mention here the company name or you can mention the help desk name. And this template is going to be default use. You can mention as the own whatever you like. Just I text it the normally way. So you can type or you can provide the some solution here. If your device is non-compliance, you can restart your machine. You can sync your devices or the certain of action whatever you want. You can mention it here. So now go to the next, it is a review, and now let's create it. So here our notification is done, and let's go to the compliance now on the compliance policy. So create a policy here, create policy, then go to the Windows 10. We are going to create a compliance policy for the Windows 10. and just create it. And here you can mention it anything. It's like a Windows compliance policy, and description you can mention it anything whatever you like. Just click on next. So here is the list of compliance as I was talking you in the definition of the compliance. So there will be a certain parameters which is going to check on the end user machine. If it is match, then it will be a compliance. If it is not matching, then the device will be a non-compliance. So let's see what are the checks is going to perform on your the end user machine. So here is the device health. So under the device health, you will be having a required BitLocker. So if you want to check the BitLocker, if it is a BitLocker is available, then it will be a compliance. If BitLocker is not available, then it will be a non-compliance. And here is the two option, like not configured and the required. So if you want to check the BitLocker status, you can select it required. And if you don't want to put as a checks to your BitLocker required BitLocker, so you can select a not configure. In the similar way here, required a secure boot to be enabled on your device, or the required a code integration. So these are the checks for your the health. If you want to like select any of one, you can select, and then it will be part of the check. If you selected not configured, then it will won't be a part of your checks. So now let us go to the next, and here is like a operating system. If you want to be add a operating system version in your the checks, and you want to be decide your compliancy based on the operating system, you can do that here. It's like a minimum operating system. If you have the minimum operating system version, you can mention here, or the maximum operating system, the operating system mobile devices, and the OS version for the mobile devices. So you can mention it here. So what exactly it will work, it will put as a checks here under the compliance policy. If it is matching with the minimum version and the maximum version, if it is comes under that range, then that device will be compliance. If not, then it will be measured at a non-compliance. So we are not going to do that. Let me go here, and here it's a configuration manager compliance. So here is a one more checks, like a required device compliance from the configuration manager. So when you do the co-management, then your the compliance for the co-management device, which is exist in the your the SSEM config manager, then that compliance will come through the SSEM. So if you want to check that if it is a compliance, that device is a compliance from the SSEM, then it will be a compliance in your the Intune. If it is a not compliance, then the in as per the Intune compliance, it won't be a compliance. So like it is a checks from you going to add this as a checklist in your the compliance policy. Now it is a security option. So here is a like a password required. So password unlock mobile devices. So this is especially for the mobile devices, where you can do the checks like a required a password to unlock your mobile devices. If you want to add this checks under your the compliance policy, so you can add it by selecting the required. So inside you can go with this like a simple password, or like a block, or like a not configured. And the password type you can mention it's like a alphanumeric. If user is not using the alphanumeric password on their mobile, then it will be a non-compliance. So such kind of the policy we can create here. The password expiration, minimum password length. If user is using like a 3-digit password, then it will be a non-compliance. If suppose you have mentioned here, uh, one second. Yeah, I think we cannot modify it. So if the user is using the 3-digit or two digit password to unlock their phone, then it will be a non-compliance. So minimum password length should be the 4 digit, and the maximum minute of the interacted before the password is required, or the password expiration date, the minimum previously. So these are the things you can put on your under the checks. So let us go here, like encryption, required encryption of the data storage of the devices. So if the device is having the encryption for the data storage and you want to put as a checks in your policy, so you can mention it required. And if it is like a it is a encryption is happening for your storage device, then it will be a compliance. If it is not, then it comes under the non-compliance. Now here is a device firewall. So if you have the firewall to be on, and the monitoring, if you have the firewall enabled, then it is like a compliance. If you want to monitor your the firewalls, TPM, antivirus, spyware, and this is for the like a device security. And I'm not going to select this. Let us go here under the Defender. So Microsoft Defender anti malware. So if you want to monitor it, like Defender anti malware is a activate on your the device, and you want to add the checks under your the compliancy part, so you can select this. And here is a like a minimum version. Defender Defender antivirus is having, there is a different versions. So if you want to mention it here, so you can define here. Or if like you want to add in under your the compliance checks. Microsoft Defender anti-malware, its intelligence is up to date. If it is up to date, then your machine will be compliance. If it is not up to date, your machine will be a non-compliance. Real-time protection, let us say yes. So if the real-time protection is working, then your machine is compliance. If not, it won't be a compliance. So again, here is a like a Defender endpoint rules. So required a device to be or the under the machine risk score. So suppose you have the antivirus Defender antivirus on your machine, and there will be a risk score. How the Defender is cleaning your virus. If it is a risk score is like a high, then you can say your machine is a under the non compliance. So guys, these are the checks you can do it from you can define the checks in your the compliance policy. So hope you understand this. Let me go with the next here now. And here is the action for the non-compliance. So when your device is in non-compliance, what are the action you are going to take on the device? So that we are going to set up here. So here is a two option. Send email to the end user. If the device is a non-compliance, then you can send a email to the user, and the template you can use, or what we created before some time back. So here the template you can mention it. Once your devices comes under the non-compliant, so that user will be getting this notification. Or if you want to select the additionally receipt additionally email, or you want to add some more group to be notified when the device is non-compliance, like you want to add your team or the any other help desk team, like this device is non-compliance, so you can set up here the group. You need to create a additionally group with the users, so they also will be receiving the notification this device under non-compliance. So let us go to the next here now. And now here you can define it like you want to apply this compliance policy on a specific group. So you can go here, and you can assign to a specific group. Or if you want to apply this policy for all the users, so you can just click here, and it will apply to the all the users. And here is the exclude group. Suppose you want to apply for all the users but not for the few of the users, so you can exclude the few of the groups or the users from here. So now we are good with the assignment, and let's go to the next. And here is the review what we have set up it. like a name and the platform and the platform type, the profile type, and here whatever we set up, and it's going to be a review here. So now we are ready with the policy, and what are the part of our compliance? It's a real-time scanning, Microsoft Defender, and whatever you selected is a required. So you can see in it here. So we are good with the policy. Now let us create it, and automatically it will deploy to the all users what we define there. And now here is a one more option came earlier. It was not there before creating the policy. So you can see the overview of your the policy on how many devices applied, what are the status like a succeed, error, conflict, pending, and the not applicable. So here you can see in the status. Here it's like a properties. What are the policy we created? If suppose you want to modify it later, you create a policy, but you want to do any of the modification, so you can go here and you can add it any of the policy, and then you can change it here. So later on, after creating, also you can modify your the policy. And here it's like the device status you will be getting. So here what we have three devices because we have taken the all the users. So all the users which is device allocated to that users, it will reflect here. So still it's not evaluated, and the user status also it's not displaying here because it still the policy has not pushed to the end user machine. So now what we are going to do, let us go with the end user machine and let's push this policy and update this. So I'm under the test machine here, and let me go to the my company portal and let me sync this. So after synchronize this, this will be this will be it will pull the policy, compliance policy to on this device, and it will calculate whether this device is a compliance or the non-compliance. Then it will submit the result to the our Intune console. So let us wait for the sync up. You can do it from here, or or you can do it from the if you go to the settings, and from here you can do that. Okay, so the any of the option you can use it. I'm using the my company portal, so the sync should be done, and anyhow like from you can do it from here or there, anything is fine. Or you can use the Intune console also to do the synchronization. So now you here if you see in the status, this policy is like the assigned, it's yes, and the group assigned is one. So these are the status you can get it. And let's see if I can get the compliance policy. Okay, so here is like a it's a compliance policy, compliance status is showing the yes, it's the policy replicated to on the my machine. From the test machine I got the result, it's showing a compliance. Let me go to the inside here, and what we get let uh, let us go in a like a different way. Here let me go with the monitoring. One second guys, the reports, and here is a device compliance. So let us sync here. So now after the sync, it's showing like a two device, total device we have three, and the one device is a non-compliance, two devices a compliance. So what is that? Let us go with the this report here, and the device compliance, and here we can get the details. Let us sync and update it. What are the devices under the node compliance or the compliance devices? And like a question is like for against to which checks it's showing like a node compliance, or a report should be shows here. Generate a report. it will take some time to fetch the data because it's taking from the cloud, and then it will be updating here. So now you are getting the reports. Even if you want to export it, you can export this report. It will save here. You can see in the progress, and you can get this report like a compliance. This my the devices compliance. This is under the non-compliance devices. You can get the overall detail. If you want to track the only non-compliance device, not compliance, so you can just select this option, and you can generate the report. So you will be getting like only the not compliance devices details here. So it's generating the report now. It's taking usually some time. It's not like a fast. Your SSEM is very fast because we have the on-premise data. So here is a like you got total number of machines one, non-compliance is one, because we have filtered it out with the not compliance, or you want like only the compliance, so you can select this and can filter it out. So that's how you can filter your data here. And let's see if I can get the some more details about the my compliance reports. Let us go back to again here under the devices, and I can go to the Windows, and here I can get the only the Windows compliance policy because we create for the Windows only. And here is a compliance policy. The devices, what are the, okay, so you can get the same report here again. And this is what the device, what's a non-compliance. And like here is a compliance policy. Let us go here, and the devices, under the devices, let us go with this device and check for the which part it is saying it's this device is non-compliance, because against to this devices I'm getting a compliance status is a non-compliant. So not compliance, and let's see about the like a device where it is the device compliance. And here this is a built-in, this is by default policy, and this is a like a Windows compliance. So let us go here, and here it's showing like a require the encryption for the storage. So because of this part, and our like a, the remediation is failed, and it's showing like a require the encryption for your the data storage on the device. So encryption is required on your the machine, and that is not available yet. So that's why it's showing the error, and this device is like a non-compliant. So it is a compliance for the password complexity. This is the compliance for the anti-malware. Defender is there. This is the intelligence. Defender is up to date. Required. This is a like a error. So we unable to fetch the data. A real-time protection. Let's say like a compliance or real-time protection also working. So you can see in your all the checks status, what are the status is coming or the status detail. You can say like a remediation is failed for this, so it's unable to perform that action, unable to encrypt the data. So that's how you can track your the status or the report you can generate if you want, like which are the devices showing like a non-compliance or it is a, under the compliance. So you can just check the status there. This dashboard has not updated yet. It's going to be take some more time to update here, and then you can see the data. So let me go to back again the on the user machine when we synced up here, and it was successfully synced. So what are the things we can check under the monitoring if it is not compliant? So let me tell you how you can go. You can open the event viewer, under the event viewer application and the services log, and then you have the Microsoft under the Windows. So here will be a like a device management enterprise, a diagnostic provider. So you can go here, and you can check the logs file basically. So these are related to the your admins, and here what it is showing the MDM configuration failure status with this the enrollment. uh, Let me go with the operational. So when you push the any of the compliance policy, so you can get the status here. Let us go here only what the error it's showing. So it's showing the MDM configuration command failure status, and we need to check the thoroughly this logs when it was started. So let us go with the today's log around 3:38. What it is showing the MDM providers at the back callback area. This is the value unspecified error. So when you're the any of the checks got failed, you need to go thoroughly with this logs file and can check why it is failing or why it is not compliant. So you can get the details from here. You can just study with the logs and you can understand it. So but the major thing is you can when you post the policy, after that you can sync up your device, or you can wait some time when your the device is getting synced. I know it's not a possible to sync the device in the production. So what you can do it, you can go to your device here and you can do the sync up from here as well. Like this device I'm having, and what it is saying, you can start sync up from here. So you can do the sync up also. If you seen, it's like the device compliance is what it is tracking. It's showing like a known compliance. So so this device is coming under the known compliance. So guys, that's how you can create the policy. You can run the reports and you can find out how many devices are under the known compliance or the compliancy, or the logs file you can check. So guys, thank you for watching this video. See you soon in my the next video with more detail. So thank you guys. See you soon in my next video.